In the cool of the morning rests a nest, high above the ground. Cradled within is a creature which will grow to symbolize freedom and power. A creature whose kind has inspired mankind for centuries. A raptor and master of the sky. The most common and widespread hawk of North America.
Good morning. Today presents to me an opportunity that I've long waited for. It's the chance to get some intimate footage of a red-tailed hawk. If you've ever seen a TV show or a movie about the West, you've probably heard this cry. That is the cry of the red-tailed hawk, and it is used really just to depict that you're in the West. Whether it's for an eagle, buzzard, or any other raptor, it's typically the call of the red-tailed hawk. And today we're going to try to get up close and see if we can get some intimate footage. As you can see, right there is the nest. And in that nest, there should be a couple of young ones. We're going to climb up.
One of the widest spread of all hawks, these birds range from Alaska in the north down to Panama, living in deserts, grasslands, forests, farmlands, and cities.
So right up here behind me we have the nest. And there are two young hawks, almost fledged. Right here are both parents. You can hear their cry. We're gonna see, after acclimatizing just a little bit, letting them know that our presence is not a threat, if we can climb up. Brought a rope, not for climbing, but just to secure myself, to see if we can get some intimate shots. Now I have to say this is gonna be very dangerous. First off, the climb is about 40 feet up, maybe 45. And there aren't as many branches on these trees as there are on some others. Secondly, as always, when working with wild animals, there's the possibility of an attack. So don't ever just think that there's going to be an opportunity to just get up close and personal with an animal without the risk of danger. I'm going to have to be very careful here.
The climb itself will be dangerous. The parents, more so, as they react to threats by first screeching, then swooping or dive bombing, and eventually by raking the threat with her talons.
So I brought some rope with me, not to climb, but just to make a harness called a Swiss seat. Now, looking at this tree, I don't think I'm going to be able to use it just because there's lots of little twigs that it can snag on. Basically, I would just take this, put it around, do a double tie, come through the bottom, come back up, right? Come through the back, tighten it, come back around and tie it off. And then I could use my carabiner as a hook to hold me up. But like I said, I don't think I'm going to be able to use it. It just looks like there's a bunch of stuff that I can snag on. So I'm going to have to go with this one freehand, which doesn't make me excited. Here we go. Time to climb.
Although the tree trunk was covered with spikes, I was confident that an ascent was possible, and that, perhaps, they might aid as footholds. My camera, not as confident.
Sorry.
Meanwhile, my friend Jumping Spider was showing off her tree climbing prowess, boasting an upside-down ability and seemingly baffled by my apparent inability. And on the heels of the insult from my eight-legged friend came an injury.
Well, I've already split myself trying to climb the tree. It's not going as I planned. We're gonna see if we can get up anyway. Alright, so I was not able to free climb. I'm gonna try using the Swiss seat method. See if I can accomplish this goal. Just gotta make sure I'm using the right one. Gotta use a shorter one for my waist and a longer one for the tree. Okay, that's the tree. This is the waist.
But even the hoop and harness method proved ineffective, as the many spikes snagged the rope and prevented any real progress to the branches high overhead. I began to wonder if I would ever get up this tree.
Okay, this tree is proving far more difficult to climb. I'm gonna have to enlist the help of some ropes, so I'm gonna have to go grab another one and we'll get it done that way. Alright, now that I got this rope set up, we're going to go ahead and make the climb. I won't be able to record just because of the difficulty with it. Now, I'm being swooped at a couple of times. That's alright, we're just going to take it real slow. Let them know we're not a threat. Alright, I'm about halfway up. You can see the nest right there. Just like the owl nest, it's made of sticks and probably have some feathers on the inside. Let's continue up and see. Just want to show you a little bit of rabbit's fur. Some of the things these raptors eat: rabbits, voles, rodents, rats, snakes. Well, I had a feeling that might happen. The fledgling was just old enough that as I got up, he jumped. Now he's off in another area.
What I thought to be two hawk babies, called eyases, turned out to be just one, almost fully fledged, and much larger than I had anticipated. As the parents continued to swoop at me, I checked the young hawk to be sure it was free of injury. With flight muscles not fully developed, gliding to the ground was its only option. Once mature, this hawk will be capable of flying at 40 miles per hour and diving at 120.
So here we have the chick, which jumped out of the nest. And you can barely see it because it's so well hidden. And I just got to keep watching because the parents are dive bombing me. But it's unable to fly, and so I feel really bad that it jumped out. Be that as it may, the parents will continue feeding it, continue rearing it, and I'm gonna put it in this bush here and keep it covered and out of the way so that predators can't see it. They'll continue feeding it, nurturing it to health, and then it will grow and be just as powerful and majestic as they are.
Though confident of the parents' continued care, I began to have second thoughts of leaving the young hawk on the ground.
So it's my fault that this red-tailed hawk fledgling is out of the nest. And I don't feel comfortable just leaving it on the ground. There are coyotes, there are badgers, and plenty of other stray dogs and whatnot that would be quite delighted to find it there and make a meal of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off my shirt, I'm going to lay it over the bird, I'm going to tie it up, put it on my back, and I'm going to climb back up this tree, and I'm going to put the bird back in its nest. Once there, I'm going to come back down and let them be so that they can get back to reestablishing their bonds of safety. And as you saw, there's a half-eaten rabbit up in the tree, and they can get some food and get back to normal. Again, I just don't feel comfortable leaving it there, so I'm going to do my part to get it back up into the tree.
Red-tailed hawks have few natural predators, the great horned owl being one of them. The great horned owl is known to eat young red-tails, and occasionally attack adults. One of the key reasons they have so few predators may be the fact that they nest and live so high off the ground. Leaving this one on the ground would seriously disadvantage its chances of growing to maturity. Humans also predate on these raptors, not for food, but for falconry. The majority of hawks captured for falconry in the United States are red-tails. They are taken in the first year of leaving the nest, when they are known as passage hawks. A notable feature on these raptors is their talons. Sharp 1.5 to 2-inch talons meet scaly feet, which provide for a secure grip, even on wet prey like fish. The grip strength of the red-tail is about 200 psi. Red-tails have excellent vision. Color recognition is more acute than humans, and they can spot prey while soaring over 100 feet high. A nictitating membrane lubricates and protects the eye without obstructing its vision. Its tongue is equally advanced. A bone is present halfway through and protrudes as two sharp rear-facing barbs which help hold prey in place. The large hole provides for breathing while swallowing prey, or large chunks of it.
All right, I'm going to go ahead now and take the bird This is the young fledgling red-tailed hawk. I'm going to put it in a bag, covered so that it's not nervous, doesn't see what's going on. And I'm going to take him back up the tree, put him in his nest, and let him be. And now we have the fledgling hawk safely back in its nest. Parents will continue to feed it, and it will continue to grow. Until next time, I'm Miguel Caldera. Get out and enjoy your hunt for nature. Now, some people will say that because I touched that bird, the parents will abandon it. That simply is not true. As I was climbing back up, putting it back in the nests, the parents were very vigorously defending it, swooping right behind me to let me know that I was not welcome there, because it is their offspring and the next generation. Whew! That was a monstrous climb, and I did it twice over. Look at that. I'm just shaking from exhaustion, but it was the right thing to do. Having been the cause of that fledgling jumping out of the nest, it was my responsibility to make sure that it would continue getting what it needed to survive in life. And so it was my responsibility to get it back in that nest. Now there, the parents will continue to nurture it. They don't have a very strong sense of smell. It is their sight and their hearing that is very keen. These birds will be happy once I vacate this area so that they can get back to living life.
The following morning, I went to check on the hawk family. The fledgling was standing strong in the nest, and the parents were voicing their guard, as can be seen and heard in this video taken through binoculars. It was with a greater fascination and appreciation that I left the red-tailed hawks. Impressed upon my mind was that remarkable tongue. It caused me to reflect upon the wisdom of the wise man who wrote, "A healing tongue is a tree of life, but perverseness in it breaks the spirit." And as we view the nature around us, like the red-tailed hawk, it's plain to see that even a dry and spiky tree is capable of supporting life.